Everybody here knows that it's about the warfighter.
We know that folks that are using our products aren't in the best conditions. They're the warfighter. They're out there in the conditions. It might be raining, it might be cold, it might be really, really hot.
There is no Home Depots, no Lowe's out there in the theater. We know that when they're out there, they have to have everything that they need on hand. We focus primarily on DoD, starting off with the Army, but all facets of the military. And our focus is the camps, the premier camps, rigid wall camps.
So if somebody comes to us and they want a camp, we can provide everything that goes into it. Basically a one-stop shop. And then when it's delivered to them, it's ready to go and ready to set up.
So people have came to us and said, could you make this into a hospital? And we have. Could you make a talk out of this? Yes, and we have. Could you make a latrine or a billet or a admin? Yes, yes, and yes. And we have integrated hundreds of different styles of shelters, literally, for the military and other DoD.
A lot of the equipment that we have here, we've built ourselves specifically for the purpose that it's needed, because it's unique.
We brought manufacturing in-house and did the full gamut of manufacturing, from bend and break metal to making hinges to making our own bunk beds. So when people called us, they said they knew that they could get an answer quickly. That was their solution they were looking for.
Some of the equipment we use, especially for, you see in the flow lines, that everything flows down the line and it's easy to track as it's going from station to station. We have a lot of quality checks in the process. We make sure that everything is done correctly.
Even simple things like having the bunk bed, the top bunk dropped by 3 inches, so a short guy like myself can reach down and plug his iPhone in. Simple innovations like that that seem trite are a big deal to the warfighter. But coming to a small company, the first thing you notice is decisions happen quickly. And I always tell the folks here that have come from large companies that it's like driving an aircraft carrier. And if you realize, boy, you should have went that way, you talk to the navigator, and within about 3 or 4 hours, you'll start going that way. At a small company, we're like in a little fishing boat. And if we decide we need to go that way, I push the motor, and in 2 seconds, we're going that way. We're very veteran-oriented. About a third of our workforce or so is either retired vets and or active in the reserve. We'll continue to remind ourselves that that's our mission, is to make sure that there's true comfort for our folks in the field. We all understand that if we have to work long days or long hours, or we have to retest, or we have to re-engineer, we all know that it needs to get done because somebody in theater is waiting for it. And when we hear stories when they come back, and somebody says, yes, my son or my daughter or myself slept in one of your shelters or used one of your latrines, that's a big deal to us. It's gratifying to know that they used them, they liked them, makes you proud of the products you build.